My name is Danielle Johnson, and I am going to be talking about a specific student today for CAP Part 6, Task 1. So first, her initials are MF, and she is an ELL, so English is not her first language, and she does receive services. Her FAIR scores that are seen here on the chart are all from kindergarten, from September, December, and March. And for every single category, she is in the red zone, which is a low predicted reading success. She's in the very low percentiles, which means she did not score above a lot of people that took or a lot of students that took this test for vocabulary and reading comprehension. So for her weekly spelling test, she's only scoring an average of 40%. Running record scores from kindergarten were not available. So I will show you on the next slide that we did do some running records and collected some data from that to assess her reading level, which in the next column you can see is an A, and that is below a 1. Her CELA scale scores, which were taken in kindergarten, this is a test of English proficiency, and it is given to only ELLs. MF is actually an LYA, which is the lowest level ELL. So you can see that her English proficiency is very low, and she was categorized on the beginning level of English proficiency for writing, reading, listening, and speaking, all 4 parts of that CELA exam. Her sight word recognition is something that we tested in first grade. Pre-primer are words that she should have known before first grade, and primer are words that we are planning to learn during the year. As you can see, she scored below half on pre-primer and way below on the primer words. But the primer words are something that we will have a chance to work on. This score for pre-primer is of concern as it is lower than half of the words that she should know. Her sentence dictation and writing, she again scored below half. That is out of 4 sentences that she was given. She was supposed to write them correctly using words, spelling, punctuation, everything like that, and she only got 22 words and punctuation marks correct out of a total of 53. So moving on to her iSIP, which is iStation. It is a reading program that we use. It's online. This breaks it down on here on this chart. And her running record passage level, we assessed her at a passage level 1, and she was only scoring an 83% accuracy on that. So we usually look for about a 98%, and as you can see, she's scoring an 83%, which makes us knock her down to that A, but hopefully she will get that 98% to be able to move up to at least a 1. So in her overall reading, she's only in the 6th percentile, and she's in Tier 3 for most of these categories, including letter knowledge, phonemic awareness, decoding, comprehension, vocabulary, and spelling. So this is just a breakdown and the percentiles she's in for each category. But again, the percentiles are very low, and she's mostly in Tier 3, which is the lowest tier, and it requires intensive intervention for those categories. Her grade equivalent is that of a kindergartner that has only been in school for 2 months, which is represented by K.2, and she's in the 6th percentile, which means she reads at or above only 6% of her peers that are at the same grade as she is in currently. So she should be at a 1.3 approximately a first grader in the 3rd month, which is about where we are now. So our goal is to get her up to that ideal level for a first grader. So to make these things happen, my instructional plan is to start from the beginning: letter knowledge, phonemic awareness, and phonological awareness, those things that she should have learned in kindergarten, the letter sounds, and how to put them together. And then decoding and decoding strategies for unknown words, sight words that she should have memorized. We're going to focus on the ones that she should have learned in kindergarten, which are pre-primer. We'll have a chance to do the primer ones as the year continues. So we're also going to work on memorizing spelling patterns, the meanings of words, vocabulary, so she can apply that to eventually be able to comprehend and use comprehension strategies. So our ultimate goal is for her to be able to answer questions about reading and retell a reading or a text to somebody else, so that she can apply that knowledge that she's read to other things. And then also for her to be able to write and to compose a sentence using skills that she has developed during this time that we have been reading, and things that she's seen, letter sounds, patterns that she's noticed, so she can apply that to her writing. So these are my goals for this student along with the other students in the reading group.